What is up, Star Wars fans? This is Darth Watson. In this video, I thought I might do something very interesting for my YouTube channel. And basically, I feel like the only thing I'm talking about is all of the new Star Wars projects. And the only thing I'm talking about is the sequel trilogy stuff, especially with the new Charmin Obaid-Chinoy Star Wars movie, the Rey movie, the new Jedi Order Star Wars movie. I feel like that's the only thing I'm talking about on my YouTube channel, and it's not really helping my channel out a lot when I'm just talking about the new Star Wars projects, especially with the Rey Star Wars movie that caused a lot of controversies, or the sequel trilogy stuff. I want to go back and talk more about my favorite characters, and I want to talk about my favorite characters in all of Star Wars, but at the same time I want to talk about the Star Wars that George Lucas has created with the original 6 Star Wars movies that George Lucas has created. I want to go back and talk about my favorite moments and characters from the original 6 movies that George Lucas has created, the original 6 Star Wars movies. And I don't want people to think that I'm a Disney shill because I only talk about the new Star Wars projects and I just give Star Wars news on the new Star Wars projects. I want to go back and talk about my favorite moments in Star Wars as well. I still want to continue giving news on all the new Star Wars projects, but at the same time, I also want to go back and talk about my favorite moments in all of Star Wars, and not just that, especially the original 6 Star Wars movies that George Lucas has created, my favorite characters and moments. But in this video, I'm going to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and why Obi-Wan Kenobi is the most inspiring character, especially Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi is always inspiring to me, and Obi-Wan Kenobi has always inspired me ever since I was a little kid. In case you didn't know, when I was a little kid, I liked Obi-Wan Kenobi so much that I want to be like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wanted to be more like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and this was back when I was 9 or 10. I think I was 9 or 10, and I was watching the prequels. I started out by watching episode 1 and 3, then I watched the entire original trilogy, and then I watched Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones last. But basically, when I was watching Star Wars movies when I was a little kid, ever since I saw Obi-Wan Kenobi, I wanted to be more like him, and I thought I could look like him, to be honest with you. I mean, I wanted to, I was obsessed with Obi-Wan Kenobi with the way he looked, his Jedi Padawan hairstyle in Episode 1. I liked his Jedi Padawan hairstyle in Episode 1, and I always wanted a Jedi Padawan hairstyle just like Obi-Wan Kenobi, especially with Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 1. I found that very inspiring, and I liked Obi-Wan Kenobi's hairstyle, and I like him as a character in general, especially when Obi-Wan Kenobi defeats General Grievous in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, defeats Anakin Skywalker after he turns to the dark side, and his character development is especially when Obi-Wan Kenobi returns as a Force ghost after being struck down by Vader, when Obi-Wan Kenobi says to Vader, if you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. And basically Obi-Wan Kenobi training Luke as well, as a Force ghost, and when Obi-Wan Kenobi was alive as well, instructing Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Obi-Wan Kenobi instructing Luke Skywalker, and then Qui-Gon Jinn instructing Obi-Wan Kenobi on how to become a Force ghost. But that wasn't in the final cut of Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope. That was in Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope novel, that Qui-Gon Jinn actually talked to Obi-Wan Kenobi as a Force ghost, teaching him the knowledge of becoming a Force ghost and transforming into the cosmic force. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi as a character throughout the prequels, and even in Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope, I have a lot of respect for Alec Guinness, who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi in A New Hope, and I have a lot of respect for Ewan McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequels. Obi-Wan Kenobi will always be my favorite character, always have been, always will be. But anyways, that's all I have to say for this video. Do make sure to smash a like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you all later in another video.